every so often I will find a strategy which is borderline mind-blowing to me. And I'll be like, whoa, holy crap. I can't believe they did that. And I applaud them and we have fun with it and it becomes a video, which this one did. And then people say, did you try that, T90? Did you try the strategy? And I used to say no, but it's just such good content. I figured I just have to. So the footage you're seeing here was from a Loey the Legend cast. It was the tree cutting strategy. And I don't really know what brings people in to watch videos. Maybe it's a thumbnail, maybe it's the title, but it actually has less views than it deserves of all my Loey the Legend casts. So suggest watching it if you want to. But what we've got here, friends, is my attempt at it. And you just got to see part of it, right? You have that perspective now. The map here is Crossroads. And the goal of the Nevo player, and now myself, is to get rid of the trees, all right? Pretty lofty goal. So this map was recently not reintroduced. It was recently introduced into ranked, and I'd never seen it before. And as you can see, there's not many trees other than on these 4 little mountains. All right. So here I am. I've gone for the same civilization as my opponent. Now, little backstory here. Okay. This is actually the second time that I tried this. The first time that I tried this, I force picked Civ. So that means I went for Khmer, obviously. My opponent was Bohemians, right? I won the game. I'll show a clip of it at the end. The thing is, the game kind of sucked. And, you know, you have to, at a high level, you have to focus on things other than what Nevo did, right? There's other aspects of the game. There's the water aspect of this map. There's like fish. There's monks. There's all that. And so it didn't really count. Like, I could have uploaded it, guys, and I could have brought it to you. And I could have said, look, I won, guys, to make myself feel good. But literally, like, I chopped through 10 trees, and then the opponent resigned before he even saw it, just because he lost a bunch of monks. So it's just like, I'll show it later. My point is, this is the real deal. This is like a real solid attempt, and I'm going to break it down for you, okay? So I'm here playing as the Khmer. Oh, what I wanted to tell you, this is what's funny. So I wasn't of the same opinion on that prior game. That was on my list. I was like, okay, YouTube's going to get this. And so going into this game, when I got Crossroads, I enabled random Civ, as did my opponent. I had random selected. And I got Khmer anyways. So this was the AoE gods telling me I needed to try it again. And thank God that I randomed back into Khmer, because believe me, this is fun to talk about. All right, so aspect of the map that is important beyond the wood is the fish. It is so valuable. Maps like Four Lakes, maps like Islands, you see constant battle over fish. The basics of that, of course, it's just more eco, and economy wins games. So I wanted to go for that. My opponent is going to do the same eventually here. You can see already built a lumber camp here on the trees. I've got the big trees on for this one. I hope you guys don't mind, but I think it just adds to the flavor. Chaos, a very good player from Germany. I do have casts of him on the channel. He's around 2300 elo, top 100 player. Doesn't play a ton of tournaments. Really likes closed maps. So really likes like Black Forest and arena style stuff. So I know him very well. I actually met him at a meetup in Germany last year, and he was very quick to remind me of the games he had beaten me in the week prior. It was nice, no, you know, but you know, I respect it, but I do recall that he was like, nice games this week or something like that. So, but I don't think he watches Loey the Legends, right? I don't think he does. Maybe I'll meet him again, and maybe he'll be able to tell me. Now remember, I'm going for inspiration from Nevo, was it Nero or was it Nevo? I think it was Nevo. I would remember if it was Nero. And so anyways, I tried to build the houses here, kind of like he did with the Khmer. It's an area I can hide in. And I have docked here. So I'm fishing. Now, I was really confident because the last time I tried this, it worked well for me. And so I felt like Chaos was more strategic minded than my previous opponent. I mean, the previous opponent, also a player who plays a lot of closed maps, but Chaos tends to play random Civ a bit more the other opponent. So, you know, I went into it confident, and I say that because I wasn't as thorough as maybe I should have been here. I didn't scout this, and this plays a pretty big role. But you could see Chaos's scouting is pretty on point. He scouted the wood line. He scouted that I've docked. So he now knows, okay, we both got fish. That's probably not a surprise. But his fish are safe. They're on the other side right now. So basically I'm scouting this side, and I'm not seeing a dock. And so for this reason, I believe it's been a couple weeks. I think I add an extra fishing ship to be greedy. I forget. But my plan here is to go for scouts, which is what the tree cutter did in Lowy the Legends. As you saw, he took out all of the trees. It was crazy, right? And, you know, Mayan resources do last longer in Age of Empires. It's like 10% longer. You can't get 10% more of nothing, okay? So that's kind of what I'm planning on. But, you know, don't need to make the barracks, of course, for the stable. Headed to gold now because I'm thinking he's not stupid. He must be fishing. So if I was on point here, I would have scouted that on my way to my opponent's base. But I did not. And to be fair, there's a lot of things to scout, because now I should be looking, does he have a barracks yet? Is he going to go for army? I see he's on the wood line. I now see he's on the gold. Now that gold could be for land army, or it could be for water. I just checked over here, though, right? There's no dock. But now I'm like, ooh, my fish. I really need this. And so I'm double checking to make sure he hasn't docked here, because it would feel very natural. I remember his eagle attacked this earlier. Don't see it yet. Blindly sending a villager this way. Now he's actually gone for really like good economic approach. He's basically like, okay, I don't see him. He hasn't docked my side. I am going to go double dock and add fish in the north. And it's just like really unfortunate for me. I mean, this villager's walked so far, just didn't catch him. So he's headed over there to dock my side. So he's got the houses here. He's got the 2 docks. He's got a pretty good chance of catching me if he sees me over here. And so as he is going to dock over here and I have missed him, he is going to miss this as well. And at this point, I brought my scout over. And I'm like, really? Like, what's going on? He doesn't have a barracks yet. What's he spending his wood on? He towered. And I see the dock. So I'm like, okay. Actually had fishing ships in queue. And now I'm going to add fire galleys. Now, again, like, I consider myself to be a little bit unlucky. Just the timing was weird, right? I sent a fire galley this way. And just missed the dock. It's almost like sometimes if you're late with certain things, like we've both been late with a proper timed attack on water. You don't expect it. I think we both kind of screwed up our timings and benefited from it. I see the spear. There we go. Big attack. That's going to be first blood. Again, the goal is to eventually take out the trees, though. Which for now, he's unfortunately bringing in a lot of resources from. Now, I don't know if he noticed this or not. I watched this already. I speculated he actually accidentally made fires here because that was his first docks. Maybe he wanted to make it from the dock on the other side of the map, but Mayans start with 1 more villager. We kill a villager there, so we've evened that out. And I think I'm sitting pretty, living the dream life. I've just patrolled here. I figured if he docks over here, right? And I'm adding quite a few fishing ships. We've killed the fishing ship from the opponent. I've got 10 fishing ships behind this. Oh, man, am I looking good. And then I see his dock. So a lot of things going on here. Could have hopped in the house there technically, but a bit distracted. He's got 2 docks, which I didn't know. I've realized now. Still trying to micro the scouts a bit to find damage. He's made it really difficult to do that, though. At home, I'm already going to stone. I would never do this if it wasn't for the tree cutting strategy. Ballista elephants have some downsides, which we'll talk about. But just like having a decent chunk of your economy on stone takes away from other things. I think the most realistic play for me here is to go archers. Because the opponent's gone spears, so scouts and archers would be perfect. But scouts and archers doesn't make this a good video. And winning is fun. But, I mean, how often can you say you've chopped down everyone's trees at a high level? Like maybe it's never happened. Actually, I remember a really old video. Hardy's going to struggle to find it for the edit. It was like Doubt on islands. He took out the other island's trees with siege onagers. It was very old. Maybe 4 years ago. That's one that came to mind for me. Anyways, my scout goes down here. My fishing ships are still alive, but I'm running out of fish. I have clicked up to the castle age. I did add another dock here. I really don't want him to have fishing eco. And I'm on stone. And the plan is to build a castle. So far, so good, I'd say. It's a pretty close game. Res collected. I am ahead. But Mayans are super dangerous, so you always have to be careful. And ballista elephants, in theory, should be good against some spears. Potentially what my opponent's going to go for. We'll see. But like eagles and plumes. Or like eagles and archers. Ballistas should be pretty good. I mean, ballistas are good against everything. They're just slow and expensive. This is a really nice moment for me here, getting some kills. But he's probably looking over here. And there's now a second dock here. So had I gone archers, I would have killed that villager, maybe denied the dock. He's on this dock right now. I'm bringing this villager to repair this dock. I'm hoping to kill all those fish. He's hoping to do the same. Ships need to be repaired. We're both soon in Castle Age. It's been a good back and forth game. But I'm thinking my opponent... Don't demo that, you idiot. Don't demo that, you idiot. Oh, my God. Okay, well... I'm thinking my opponent doesn't know the strategy. That's embarrassing. Demos are weird. You got to put them on, like, defensive stance. They're ready to blow. And they'll just go after anything. You really got to babysit the demos. First thing I click, War Galley upgrade. Makes sense, right? And I patrolled around looking for fishing ships here. And we're really in a nice position right now, guys. Like, the castle's soon going to go up. War Galley upgrade will come in, which means we should win water in the north. I'm microing away. Micro's not perfect because here I have to defend. But I'm defending. Defending really nicely. And we're going to drop this castle here. Scouts were pulled over to protect that villager. Fishing ships for him still alive. But my fires are going to patrol into that right now. Not happening. Okay, we're not going to look at it. We're not going to look at that. Right now, I actually have a fish problem. I'm running out of fish. I could, in theory, fish trap, but don't really feel comfortable doing that. There we go. Now we're finding the fishing ship kills. Ultimately, like, this is the part of the strat, right, that has to happen at a high level because fish is so important. And we've gotten here, folks. We've gotten to the point where we can try the strat because we're not completely dead. We can't just give up on water. Eco KD's looking smooth. But he's got me trapped. This dock here is going to be denied. I don't realize this. I'll lose the Ville. The thing is, I wanted to pass through with those fishing ships to go down here and still have access to fish. But focus is split up here. He's produced a lot of fires. And now I'm going to have some problems. So, at low elo level, in the game that I showed you, we didn't see a single monk, right? The ballista elephant is slow. It's super expensive. It can be very easily converted. It's got 5 range versus a monk's 9. So I am thinking ahead here, thinking that my opponent will go monks, especially knowing Chaos. I mean, Chaos, if you just look at how much he's used the market already. Literally just toss everything on gold, buying the resources you need. It's a full arena player economy here. And I just expected monks. But here we go. Now, again, Nevo was very patient and massed like 20 ballistas and then did it. Timing is more critical here, and so I'm hoping to use that timing. But I'm also not going to shy away from some villager kills here. I'm not crazy, right? So I see there's a hole in the wall there. And so Chaos, interesting he did this. Actually chooses to wall that there so I can't escape with these units, but then tries to save the villagers. So I can't escape. Now, guys, it is a pain in the freaking... It's a pain, okay? You might have children watching, sorry. This is so tough. You get like one tree at a time. Occasionally it'll get two, but there are 291 trees here. So if I am going to do this, it's going to take time. And so like you don't really have a ton of focus for other things. So he's able to dominate water in the north, still has some fish. He's going to clear me up down here, and I'm just like click, 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 click here. And somehow it is really easy to click between trees. So if you set waypoints and hold like shift for the next command and you screw up, it'll bug out sometimes. That was my finding. Like right there, maybe I didn't set more waypoints. I don't know. But like we're out for the monks. We actually didn't see any monks yet. He can, if he's really looking for it, see this. So it's working, but you know, this is still more than enough wood to last till like the Imperial Age. So we've really got to commit to this. And Chaos is making eagle warriors. You don't need a lot on food for eagles. You just need gold, and all the food seems to be coming in from fish right now. I have started to farm a little bit with the Khmer and transitioning away from the life of the fisherman. And, okay, he's just spotted this. Sorry to look away. Just spotted this. Now, Micro wasn't the best for me. Lightcav goes down. Eagles are actually really good against Lightcav, especially when the Lightcav don't have upgrades. But I figured, like, Ballistas should be good, right? So it looks like I'm doing 6 damage a hit, which is not the best, considering the cost difference of these two. Plus, I need a castle, but I get the kill. And I'm like, I'm ready. And I think he picked up on what's happening at this point, right? Like, you must. Maybe he thinks I'm just trying to cut through to kill things. I don't know. At the end of the day, he's stuck on eagles here. I think making monks with eagles could be good. But for how slow these things are, losing one, for how slow and expensive these things are, losing one is really difficult. Really hard pill to swallow. Like, think about this. See this value here, guys? So that is the amount of total resources it costs for the army or navy on the field. And the percentage is the gold. I have fire, a monk, and 4 elephants, almost 1,000 value. He's got 6 fires, a militia, a spearman, and 7 eagles. And it doesn't cost that much more. Now, again, water's still something I wanted to focus on a little bit. A little quick walling here to keep the villager alive. I just didn't want him to have a free fish boom, right? And I'm trying to get fires over there to kill the fish. But I need to take out these trees. That is my focus. And for now, he's added monks as well. Now, ballistas are really tough unit to fight against once the mass gets up. And so, like any really tough unit to fight against, you have to sometimes avoid them and go to different areas. So when you have mobile units, like eagles, you can avoid them. In theory. Shout out to this militia. Militia actually gets a hit on the elephant, which is hilarious. And here we go. We've got a group of ballistas now, and I pull the light cap back. And you don't need to have a lot of HP on the light cap to kill monks. The ballista's doing the job now that we've got higher numbers. Weak light cav on the way, checking what's happening here. Oh, look, there's a monk. Boom, dead monk. Eco leads there for Chaos. 3 TCs, still buying lots of resources. This is just... It really makes you sick, doesn't it? It really makes you sick. Anyways, the market, I gotta go convert that market right now. But here we go, baby. You know what it costs? You know what it costs to build a market? Wood. Let's go! Now, I know you guys have to skip from time to time, right? Life gets busy. I encourage you not to for the next couple minutes. Nice conversion on an eagle. Good stuff. Feeling good about that one. I'm cutting the trees. Now, I have to get every single tree here, and I just can't help myself. I see villagers, and I know I need to kill because score tells me I'm behind. Things haven't been perfect. But then when there's not a villager, we go for the trees. How many trees now? 237. So progress has been made. For now, Chaos is massing more monks. Chaos has clearly clicked one of these with a monk and is ready to convert the elephants over, which would be a massive swing. Ballista elephants also kind of do very little damage against one another, so it's kind of awkward if this happens. But we added the light cap for this reason. I thought ahead about this. And so I have to back away for now and maybe focus on these trees. Now, again, it's just like so tough. As he did hop inside that tower there with the monk. So tough to do this as well. And you have to do it because otherwise you'll find out behind quite significantly in economy. But I'm wondering, like, where is he taking wood right now? Where is he taking wood? And, like, there's monks here. I've got the light cav around. I've got ballistas. We can get Vil kills, or we can take the trees. The light cav goes in. Chaos is too busy. And we kill a monk. Villagers are kind of starting to die, and I'm like, holy crap. This is kind of working. So I take a couple trees. Now, this next part is why I said don't look away, okay? In fact, I need to look away. I'm going to play and try and just get the timing down here because I know what's coming, right? So within the next freaking... Now, I got to look, right? Pretty soon, spoilers, something that is making me very upset is about to happen. I can't freaking believe this. Right? He's been on stone, right? Thinking about defense. There's no, like, really easy spot to drop a castle here. But you know where there is spot to drop a castle? Are you seeing it? We have the big trees on. It makes life a little bit difficult. Yeah. It still bothers me. I just cannot believe it. I was just trying to cut as many trees as possible. I didn't think that I would chop the tile for tile perfect spot for my opponent to drop a castle in the trees that I'm trying to win the game by destroying. Just sickening. Now, of course, like, in the moment, I don't realize this. In the moment, you know, we're still trying to micro. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Okay, got one elephant, but we've got more. I'm looking for monks. This is great. I'm also, like, feeling in control, right? I'm able to use the mobility a little bit. I'm not seeing any villagers on wood again. Oh, man. It's just, like... It's just so sad. And the castle looks epic, too. I mean, I feel good for him, at least. But I really thought right here, right now, I've got him. And then I run around and I see that castle and I was a little bit frustrated. Now, 31 on food for us. Really good food eco. I mean, it's looking hot. Opponent continues to, you know, use the market for everything in existence, paying ridiculous prices to buy resources. But, you know, I could still technically go for some trees. We're still kind of controlling the wood. I even outpost here, and I outpost here. I'm just thinking ahead as far as the wood's concerned. I'm still camping resources. We're still out here. We're trying to get as many kills as possible. I didn't want to lose these elephants to the castle yet, but it was still on my mind to focus on the wood. This has turned into more of a normal game. And... gained eco lead. However, opponent is on the way to the Imperial Age, but doesn't really have a lot of army. We've taken some amazing trades recently. I was really confused on how he got so much stone. But actually, now that I think about it, there's a lot of stone back there. Light Cav have done the job. We've killed quite a few monks with the Light Cav. And idled a lot of our opponent's eco here. Eagles have gone in and taken some pretty poor engagements. These ballista elephants have 17 kills. And the plan, we trudge on. We trudge forward. Sure, this is more difficult for us. But we must continue forward with this plan. It would just be all the more satisfying if we would get the job done. Another monk goes down. Again, felt pretty good. Like, I felt very good control of the situation. I just didn't like this. Because I can't, like... If I sacrifice ballista elephants to castle fire, like the Loey the Legend player did that inspired me to do this, it's game over. The 10 elephants I have on the field are very expensive. So this did become, in some ways, more of a win good fights, like win big battles, and then win the game by taking out the trees. So it's like, that actually is kind of what the plan has been all along. I guess my point is, before the plan was, if we take out their trees, there will be no battle. Now it's, there must be battle. And if we win the battle, we can add insult to injury and take out the trees. Does that make sense? I think that makes a little bit more sense. So, here we go. Opponent's an imp. Did surprise me, but I've spent a lot of food and a lot of gold on all this. And yet again, you can see the plan. Eagles in front, monks behind. Continues to be the plan for the opponent. I'm worried about this. If these 3 Lycav are gone, I could lose half of that army. I'm backing away. Res collected here. Let's see. Wow, dead even. Obviously, I've collected quite a bit of food here. Khmer farms are fantastic, especially for me, because I can play some pretty bad ones from time to time. Another castle now. I mean, just more and more castles going up on these wood areas, which was not what we had planned. And so now I'm thinking about long term. Now, I thought that what the ballistas needed more than anything was a meat shield. I know they kind of like are very meaty themselves, but having something in front of the ballistas feels very helpful. And I knew my opponent was going only eagles at this point, so the plan was Lycav in front of these ballista elephants. Getting double crossbow, getting elite ballista elephant, very expensive. You need so much food and gold. Eagles, again, relatively cheap. And so the eagles dive in here. I'm placing my own castle to protect my wood. And we'll see how these ballista elephants end up doing. Meanwhile, the ballistas are kind of in defense mode, as I do have to raid with the Lycav, so I'm moving out. And right now, Chaos, I think, had a light bulb go off in his head that said, if I could keep T90 in different spots, he's going to struggle here. Avoid the ballista elephants. Spread out. And that's what's happening, right? And the ballistas are so slow. Eagles are actually able to chase down the Lycav. But eagles do cost gold. And I know that he's had a lot of it, but he's also spent a lot of gold to buy food and wood. So that eventually kind of comes back to haunt you a little bit. Now, interesting moment. He's got me distracted. But as he's losing his eagles, he's thinking, T90's elephants are back here. Boom, we go forward. We drop a castle right next to the trebs. This is textbook. Castle goes up, protects the trebuchets, opponent's out of position. Well, eagles are dead. My Lycav are coming forward. And I am going to deny this castle. And this is full-on disaster mode for Chaos. Not the disaster mode we wanted for Chaos. We wanted to take out his wood. But the villagers are going to go down. The trebs are going to go down. We've lost villagers to that raid, but suddenly things even out as far as the villager KD is concerned. And I'm feeling good, baby. I'm ready. This is our time. Really miscalculated that one. I do want to show you, by the way. It's pretty interesting. Look at how little gold's remaining. There's this gold, and then this gold, and then I suppose this gold, which is obviously pretty exposed, and I've got some vision over. So this feels like my moment. Opponent loses 4 trebuchets. It's time to push those castles. And so I'm getting the trebs together here. And we've got a better army value, double the army value right now. Ballista's still not elite. And then I was thinking maybe double crossbow would make more sense because double crossbow is a bit cheaper. So my mind was on double crossbow before elite. And obviously, I think both cost food. I think I click it here shortly, guys. So we'll actually get to see it. Double crossbow might cost wood and gold. Anyways, I'm making a lot of trebs. Do not trickle treb. Listen to my own advice here. And also trying to drop castles on my flanks right now. Because, like, this guy could raid me at any time. I think he senses something's up here. Now, I'm going to be firing uphill with these trebs. There go his eagles. Now, Mayan eagles, they get El Dorado. It's insane. And in a minute, El Dorado's going to be in. It'll take those eagles up from 60 HP to 100 HP. And then now there's double crossbow. And actually, hold on. I actually need to... I'm too lazy to check after this. I got to remind myself how much this costs. So this is my way of doing it. Don't hate me. Okay, come on. Okay. That's kind of funny, though. We actually researched our unique text at basically the same time. And then we're both fighting without it. Oh, shoot. Oh, God. This is so bad. Okay, what resources did I lose? Huh? Oh, it was in queue. Oh, God. It was in queue. How long's it been in queue? This is... Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Oh, why am I lazy? Oh, we're not even going to edit it out. No, I got to know now. Okay, this is where I queue it up. Boom, we lost a lot of food. There's our answer. It does cost food. Okay. So, anyways, carrying on. He's going to click El Dorado. I have double crossbow in queue. Obviously, I would love to have elite ballista elephants. I'd love to have siege engineers. I'd love to have fletching for my castles. I don't have the food for that. All right? Things are expensive over here. And so we're both going to take a fight before our upgrades come in. And obviously, I got to take this fight. I'm here to protect my trebs. My Lightcav swoop in to kill some monks. I don't want to donate elephants to the enemy. And the eagles are going down, but there's so many more of them. And it is going to get a bit worse for me. We end up taking out the castle, but just after he has thrown away a massive position, I have as well. And I just... You know, it's sad to see double crossbow come in right now, right? I really expected better from that fight. I really did. I thought right there, I was like, I got it. He lost so much. His eco can't be as good. Now, this whole time, he's been over here on this gold. And that's something that obviously has funded a lot of this. Now that double crossbow's in, I'm firing 2 bolts. Things should be a bit better. But these eagles are tanky. My turn to put trebuchets in awkward positions. Nice of both of us to, you know, keep the score even on that. I've got 5 ballistas, and I need more right now. And I'm working on it. And the good news is, he doesn't have trebs, so we actually have some time, right? Can we appreciate that this turned into actually a pretty good game? I still am going to cut those trees. We got to cut those trees. It's part of the plan, but... Yeah, this is really nice. So, you know, Chaos did this before... And he knows. He can't wait for the trebs just yet. I got to put pressure on this guy. And he's going to go do it again. Now, he actually cut some of my own trees with my own ballista elephants, which doesn't make me happy. But he's got... how many is this? 37 eagles. Through over 3,000 HP. About to have full upgrades. And I am waiting for the elephants to heal up. I'm waiting for the big stack. I've got 4 castles. Everything's waiting. I'm thinking maybe he's waiting for trebs. And now I've got eagles in my business. And this is like... This is devastating, right? Because I have to go deal with this. Now, meanwhile, we're actually able to kill a lot of villagers here. And we will kill more villagers. Maybe. I just eyeballing it. And maybe he will be able to kill. But I don't want to give him control. I don't want to react. I have to. I absolutely have to. This is devastating damage from him. Now, let's see. Double crossbows in. So, with double crossbow and pass-through damage here, how will these ballistas do? I've got 13 of them. You see, with the army value, the cost of what's on the field is still pretty close. So, maybe the ballistas can do it. Some of his eagles are stuck on the first elephant. I've lost villagers. I'm losing eco, but he's losing eagles. And behind this, he's losing villagers. This is the final gold for my opponent here, folks. Crazy, right? Now, I didn't garrison here. Very painful stuff. And still, the eco KD is super close. Meanwhile, tries to raid over here. I have ballistics. I have fletching. I knew he would come at some point. I've got the ballistas prepared. These eagles are taking forever to kill, man. Kill them faster. Kill them faster, please. DC goes down. A lot of my farms are vacant, but we've got Lycav. We've got some elephants. And here we go. Castle's being repaired mainly to buy time right now. And a big issue, as the eagles are just passing here, is that, like, he's actually split up his eagles. I've never really had, like, this straight line to shoot into. Like, that's kind of okay. But he takes out my castle. He's going to dive with eagles. Meanwhile, we're attacking here. Like, we are still killing a lot. But we've got eagles on my farms. We've got eagles on my trebs. There's just eagles, eagles, eagles. And we don't get the win. Obviously, I'm a little bummed we didn't. I'm more pissed than anything that I actually cut space for him to build a castle here. But it felt like maybe with a little bit more commitment, if I didn't focus on the TCs, maybe this was doable. Like, ah, man. It looked like it was going good. It was, from my perspective, very, very difficult. He played it extremely well. It actually is super close, though. You know, he's making eagles, right? He's got 492 gold remaining here. Nothing here. Lost everything here. If we could have maybe avoided that bad engagement, kept the ballista elephants a little bit higher, I don't think he's able to kill ballistas without eagles, and he was very close to running out of gold. A fun game that, you know, started all because of Aloy the Legend, so shout out to Nevo for that, and still one of my favorite Lel casts. I am going to show you, though, just, like, the end of the other game I played here real quick, because I can't not do it, considering this map is now out of ranked. We probably won't have this be back in ranked for some time, and I teased it earlier. Actually, before I do that, let's just overview the resources here. Chaos, of course, collected so much gold that game. Gold was so critical, and he just had so much army, right? Most created military unit for me is just Light Cav. He created 131 eagles. Eagle spam is really tricky to deal with. 61,000 resources collected. KD was relatively even, and there may be some other stats you want to see here that I could just toggle through real quick. All right, guys, so I'll just bring it to, like, this stage of the game. Basically, compared to the first one, I went Fast Castle, as did my opponent. And he kind of misread the situation on water. And so we're going to be in a position to kill and contest all the fish. And so I'm cutting through the trees. It's starting. It's happening. And then the GG was called. But, like, we did it? We did it. It's just like, that's not what won us the game. And I think if I mainly go for ballista elephants and I don't do the other things, this gets spotted and this gets converted by monks before I ever take out the trees. So anyways, it worked, people. It worked. Are you proud of me? I hope you are. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. Appreciate it. And hope you enjoy the this aspect. Like, if there's ever a cool strategy, I'm absolutely down to try it. And whether it's a massive fail or whether it's victorious for us, I'll always make sure to show it to you afterwards. I suck with outros, and I'm not going to edit this out. I have drank way too much caffeine today as I'm recording lots of videos for my Christmas holiday. Merry Christmas to you. Sorry for the embarrassing ending for me, and see you next time.